The iPhone 12 Pro Max, Apple's biggest, baddest, bluest iPhone to date. Welcome back, guys, to the Spacey Tropics Review channel, where we try to review just a little bit of everything. And today I have for you the iPhone 12 Pro Max, my new daily driver. I replaced my iPhone XR that I had previously, gave that to a family member. It's in a nice new home now, in order for me to upgrade to this crazy beast of a phone. I'm going to talk about some specs. I'm going to talk about my thoughts of it. And honestly, is this really the right phone for you? Was it really the right phone for me? Who knows? Let's find out in this actual review. So like any other review that I have, I'm going to go over what's in the box real quick. And this here, it's very quick indeed. You just get the phone right front and center. Right after that, you get your little pamphlet of stuff, which has been shrunken in size. Why? Because everything has been shrunken in size, including the box for this phone, which is now half the size of what it used to be. Why? Because there is no charge brick and there is no headphones. The wired headphones, I could care less. I think personally, most of you watching have at least some form of Bluetooth headphone or some form of your own pair of wired headphones that you personally like to use. I don't even think a lot of people use the Apple headphones anymore, so I think it was a good idea to keep that out. The charge brick not being included, however, the charging cable, which in this case is Lightning to Type-C, kudos to you, Apple. I'm happy about that. But the charge brick not being included is not a big deal to me either. I have plenty of these. I have just two here to show for now, but I have this Aukey portable wireless charger. Why is it wireless? Well, it has this little flap and it has this little kickstand here, and bada bing, bada boom, you can rest your phone there and charge wirelessly. Or you can charge via the Type-C or the regular USB-A here. I have this giant thing that's 20,000 watts. It has a flashlight on it. And this the green charges 18 watts and 215 watts, along with a Type-C output that could charge a MacBook while it's off. Not on, off. I also have a 30-watt Aukey charge brick, along with an Aukey 6-foot USB-C to Lightning cable as well, in order to charge this phone. Why am I saying all of this? The reason I'm saying all of this is because the brick is not needed. Some big YouTubers made a small stink about it, for sure. They made a small stink about it. Oh, they didn't include it. And then you know how avalanche is formed, right? Snowball just goes down and everything just boom, that's it. The snowball effect, not an avalanche, the snowball effect. I think that's what happened. I honestly think that's what happened, because if you pay attention, people still have charge bricks from previous iPhones. People still have their 18-watt charge brick from the 11 Pro Max. That can work perfectly fine to charge this phone. Some people bought other charge bricks like I did in the past for previous iPhones in order to charge quickly. On top of that, if you still need a charge brick in today's day and age, Anker sells a much smaller 20-watt charge brick for $16.99. Aukey, I'm personally a big Aukey fan, I'm not going to lie. Aukey is selling their 20-watt charge brick for $11.99. And it comes with a cool sticker, by the way, just so you know. Point is, the brick isn't needed. I know some people are going to argue in the comment section below that they needed it and that Apple's just being cheap and this, and that. If keeping it out also keeps the prices the same, I'm not going to judge it. I'm really not going to judge it. I have more than enough of these things and more than enough charging bricks around this house in order to charge this phone. I think I'm okay without getting the charge brick this year. Now, personally to me, I think this is Apple's most professional phone that they've made to date. Let me go into why I think that. The first thing that probably makes this professional is 5G. Now, I'm going to stop right there. I don't use 5G that much. Matter of fact, I don't use 5G at all. I turned it off. I don't care about it. 4G is more than enough for me to stream what I have to stream and to send all the emails I need to send and do what I got to do with this phone. There's not enough 5G towers here in Florida, personally, that I know of, that this phone can work to full capacity for. And even if you're near a 5G tower, the signal is fair to weak. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't need 5G. 4G is more than enough because I get excellent 4G signal no matter what, thanks to all the fancy new little antenna stuff that they did with this phone. Something else to note that this phone has is Apple's new glass technology for the front called Ceramic Shield. Now, yes, I do have a glass screen protector on top of that. It's never too much protection, especially when your phone is over $1,000, okay? I like to take very good care of my things, and I understand Apple's Ceramic Shield might be great, but I'm not taking any chances. So, what's the obvious stuff? Okay, this has the new A14 chip in it. It's a 5 nanometer chip, and it is, for lack of a better word, blazing. Okay, it's super fast. It loads up applications on the dime. It's just a good chip, and it's practically what happens with every other iPhone with a new chip. It's super fast. It's super great. You gotta love it. This thing does also come with a LiDAR sensor now. So I know the LiDAR was introduced on the 2020 iPad Pro refresh, or update, I guess if you want to call it. It's not really a refresh, but it was included in that new 2020 iPad Pro. And now they brought the LiDAR to here. I haven't really had found much use for the LiDAR as of yet. However, I'm interested to see what would come up in the future. This is the ultra wide camera right underneath the flash. That's the ultra wide camera. It's a 13 millimeter focal length with a 120-degree field of view. That's wide. That's really wide. And it has an aperture of f2.4. So for the 12 Pro Max, the main sensor up here on the top, the regular wide sensor, this has a 26 millimeter focal length. That's pretty cool. 26 millimeter focal length, a 1.7 micron pixel lens here. That's letting in a lot of light. It's going to get very good detail with that. It's a 1.6 aperture, 1.6 f-stop aperture there. That's nice. That's bright. That's beautiful. And it has Apple's new thing called Sensor Shift. Sensor Shift OIS, optical image stabilization. But honestly, it's more of an IBIS than anything because it's the actual sensor that's stabilized, not the lens. And if I know optical image stabilization from cameras, optical stabilization is the lens, in-body stabilization is the sensor, and in this case, this is the sensor, so I'm going to call it a form of IBIS. If you guys want to argue about it in the comment section below, go ahead, but that was just my understanding up until now. As for the telephoto lens comes up to a 65 millimeter equivalent. You can zoom in 2.5 times optically with the lens, and then after that, it goes up to a 10 times digital zoom. It is a f2.2. and it has optical image stabilization. Now, Apple Pro RAW. It's Apple's new feature to take raw pictures with your iPhone. Personally, I don't know too much about it, so I'm just going to read it off right here off of Apple's website real quick, just so I don't butcher anything. Pro RAW gives you all the standard RAW information along with Apple image pipeline data, so you can get a head start on editing with noise reduction, multi-frame exposure adjustments already in place, and have more time to tweak color and white balance. What does that practically mean? It means Apple is taking your raw photo for you, essentially, and prepping it in the most Apple way possible in order for you to edit and cut it and then post it. Pretty simple. I like that. Thanks for that, Apple. Something also coming to this phone is Dolby Vision recording. At least that's what this is saying here. So iPhone 12 Pro, I'm reading it here again. iPhone 12 Pro jumps from 8 to 10-bit HDR recording, capturing 700 million colors for much more lifelike video. Then it goes one better, recording in Dolby Vision, the format used by film studios. Ooh, they make it sound fancy, right? You can even edit Dolby Vision video and use AirPlay to see every last bit of the difference on the big screen. Personally, I'm hyped for the feature. Do I buy all the jargon? Probably not. But I am hyped for the feature, and I am hyped to use it more to see what I can actually get out of it. Now, I mentioned earlier that I'm going to go into a little bit of, is this phone really the right phone for you? Personally, if you're looking for a great iPhone, then get the iPhone 12. Get the iPhone 12. Because that is a great iPhone. This is an expensive iPhone, but there's a purpose, I guess, to it being expensive. You get the extra features and the little doohickeys and doodahs. That's why it's called a Pro phone, right? iPhone 12 Pro Max. You get all the biggest, baddest features with this thing. The problem comes into play where people think that they need the Pro when really they just need the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12, in my eyes, looks like it has at least 85% of the same features that this big phone has for the cheaper price. So why not go for that? Let's break it down real quick. You still get an OLED panel on the 12. You still get 5G on the 12. You still get great battery life on the 12. You still get a 6.1 inch display, large display on the 12. You can still play your games. You can still watch your movies, scroll through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever on the 12. It's a great, great phone. What are you missing from it? You're missing one extra lens. That's it. You're missing one extra lens and the LiDAR sensor. You're missing the super bright 1200 nits that you can get when you're outside. And practically you're missing 0.6 of an inch of screen because that's already at 6.1 inches. What you are getting, though, is a bang for the buck. Whereas this is $1099. I have the 128 gig model right here, where this is $1099 for this. $1099. $1199 for the 256 gig. You can get 256 gigs on the iPhone 12 for $850 before taxes. And then take the extra money and spend it on whatever little accessories you want after that. I don't see why you wouldn't go get that phone, especially, again, since it's, to me, 85% similar to this phone. Personally, if you're getting this phone, you need to use this phone. Because in my eyes, I'm not paying $1,000 for nothing, okay? I'm not paying $1,000 for nothing. I plan on using the crap out of this phone. I personally need the big battery life. I want to use these cameras in order to do B-roll shooting for future videos to come. I love the big screen because it helps me when it comes to writing emails and stuff for my normal job as an analyst. It helps me so much. All the features of this phone help me to be more productive. And I'm very thankful for that. And if you want to be extra productive too, if you are extra productive, then this is the phone for you. Or in some cases, the regular iPhone 12 Pro. Save the $100 and get the regular 12 Pro. That's more than enough. If you're not crazy about the camera stuff, but you still like the Pro features, get the regular 12 Pro. That's bonkers crazy, and that camera is still good. What is my overall thoughts and verdict, at least in this case, of the iPhone 12 Pro Max? For me, I love the crap out of this phone. It is possibly the best phone that I've had to date. Okay? The best phone that I've had. Previously, it was the XR. Now, this takes the cake. I love the screen, I love the brightness, and I love the fact that it just is a wonderful productivity tool that has just been added to my arsenal of productivity tools. I want to thank you guys for coming back to another video. Hopefully this one wasn't too winded and too long and drawn out. As you can see, I'm starting to wear some Spacey Tropics gear again. It's been a while since I wore some Spacey Tropics gear on the Spacey Tropics channel, right? But that's besides the point. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming back. We're on the road to 1,100, 1,200, hell, 10,000 subs. I'm on the road to 10,000 subs now. Got to be optimistic, right? Thank you guys so much for coming. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. You never know when somebody may need a little bit more information on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And maybe they might just need a little bit of a boost to tell them whether they should get the 12, 12 Pro, or 12 Pro Max. One or the other. Anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.